Yo, hello, 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 hello. We on. Oh, man. Oh. Okay. Elden Ring. Let's go. Did I not quit properly? Fuck me. Dun, dun. I like Ellie Golden. I like her very much. I resent my wife telling me that she looks like a duck. I think she's just jealous. But whatever. My wife was officially ranked a 6 out of 10 from the nurse. Ah! I mean, she's prettier than a 6. It's all subjective, of course. But I certainly was, how should I put it, heavily influenced by, not her raw appearance, but like just her overall demeanor. I just like that demeanor, that short, cute, like just, like just looks like she'll just do whatever you tell her to do. Kind of a vibe. Who doesn't like that? I guess some people don't. But it's jealousy for sure. The reason I say that is because women always pity non-threats. You know what I mean? Like if you say as a guy you like a girl, and they come out and say, "But no, wait, wrong." When you go out as a guy and say, "I think that girl's kind of ugly," or you don't like, when they defend another woman saying, "But she's cute," it's because they actually know she's not that cute. It's because they don't feel threatened by that girl's beauty, and therefore have no reason to criticize, but have every reason to prop it up. Because it's game theory. At that point, it's not. They would benefit more by signaling they are not like shallow or whatever. I don't know how to explain this. You know what I mean? Like, why would they want to criticize someone who's not a threat? Right? But when someone's actually pretty, like, I'll put it this way. Let's go with the most dirty evolutionary theory. The girl wants to hold on to as many semen opportunities as possible. And this is how they work. I think that's how their brain works. I think men are that way too. And to reserve it, they have to play hardball with the competition, essentially. And the competition are those girls that are pretty, that they think might be seen as prettier as they are, more attractive. It's not used for pretty, and they'll do this by dissing those women in any way they can. She's got fake lips. She's got fake that. She's got fake tits. I remember my first wife when I was in Taiwan. I said, I think that girl looks really pretty. And she's like, "You fucking stupid idiot. Can't you see she's wearing a lot of makeup?" And I was like, "What? Is that not allowed?" I mean, like, ダメなの to like a girl who has makeup? Is that bad? And then I say, like, Ellie Goulding, my current wife says, "You idiot. Can't you see she's got like fake lips? Looks like a duck to me." You know what I mean? So like, but if you, they're very good at, well, everyone does this. I think it's just basically like subconscious suggestions. Like they're voicing their shadow in ways that are not, I mean, it's one thing to just say that, and then I want to say, "Okay, fuck this. I feel uncomfortable the way you like that girl. Are you jerking off that girl? Don't do that. Yeah, okay, I can see how she's pretty, but I reserved you." So like, that's the honest statement, which is kind of weird when I say it out loud like that. But they'll frame it in other ways. Like they have a moral high ground on what beauty is. They have a moral high ground on whether or not modifying your body is considered "quote unquote" legal or like wholesome in the scheme of like being beautiful as a human being. I used to be that way too, but after seeing my absolute, like just, what's her face? I like Ariana Grande. Some people might not. I do. I think she's a great artist. She's an actual artist. When I saw the clips of her in her studio and she's like using Logic Pro and she's like making the music on her own, I'm like, okay, that's a genuine artist right here. Okay, She's writing the fucking clips and lines herself. That's unbelievable. I can't even do that. On top of that, she's pretty. On top of that, she can sing. Like, she's just basically, no one can compete with that. I mean, very few women can compete with that, I feel. And holy shit, what I just do? I just got, oh, I want to get carried off into the, what? I'm going to get carried off somewhere, right? Where am I going to carry it off to? Eto. Right. You go to, here? I forget. I think women should just be clear about it. Just stop throwing weird shade on other people, because the truth is when they do that, it's just that they feel threatened by that, their beauty, you know. It's just that whole meme video. I can't forget it. One where the guy's passing another woman by, and he's like looking at her with like oh wow, nice ass or nice body, and then her current girlfriend's like, how dare you, like. It's kind of funny to me, actually. Did I forget the fucking... Oh, never mind. It's okay. Let's see. Let's map this to this. I shouldn't put a fucking thing on it. Oh, boy. I might not even survive this. It's fine. So, where was I at? Yeah. Eat me. There you go. Chomp. I have died. What was I gonna say? And so I've also watched countless times, and this is the equivalent of my behavior. Just throwing it back. That woman bitching about their husbands. Like, oh, he's so stupid. Like, they usually do this when they're after you. When they're after you, like, they will have no qualms about just disrespecting their husband. I've seen women who later on Facebook post all these happy pictures of them with their families, but while they were married, while they were like not with the children, okay, and they were hunting for, let's say, other options, they would say things to me like, "Oh, he's such a loser," like, complain, and it sounded from a place of like genuine like discontent, unsatisfied with the product. My iPhone doesn't turn on properly, like you know what I'm saying. And then later on, it's on Facebook broadcasting how happy they are with their families and shit. Like, it's just so disingenuous overall. Like, which is it? Do you like him or not? Like, or does that change over time, or is it conditional on him providing? I've had women who sleep with other men, and all they ever do is they extract, like, they brag how they get like, I don't know, 3,000 USD from their husband who they hate, and they're sleeping with another man. Like, I see it all the time, and they're like happy about it. It's insane. Like, and you know what? It's too easy to label them as gold diggers. I think they're just living their life the way they. It's weird. I don't know what to say about this. It's just like there's like a lack of integrity, I suppose. Although I could be looking at the very particular audience, I'm not sure myself. And you got a flip side where like my own parents are like extremely like we follow what our parents told us, which is maintain family, right? And what do you get? Constant bickering at home. All right, like no one talks at fucking lunch or dinner. They hate each other's guts. Clearly, they hate each other's guts. I've had other people come in my family and say your family's dysfunctional, multiple times. 3 occasions where they came close to my family, saw the way my parents operate, and said your family's just outright dysfunctional, especially your mother. And I'm like, wow, really? I never, because you don't know, right? Just like you see a fat cat that you own every day, you don't even know it's fat after a while, you know? You have to go back and measure it against the baseline. So, in other words, my only conclusion is that men and women really don't need to live together after the romantic stage is over. The purpose is to give birth to children. That's what the ultimate purpose is. And there was a philosopher who made very cynical comments saying love and all those emotions that go with it, that we celebrate in Titanic and those kind of movies, is kind of like a trick so that you can be allied with that woman for a short period of time. Okay? But once the children are born, whether or not it remains an alliance is a lot of conditions, right? So I like to frame it. I know it sounds weird, but I like to frame it in geopolitics. Why do countries get along? Let's say Japan and U.S. It's because Japan needs the U.S. for protection. If they don't have the U.S. for protection, China will just walk all over them. Walk all over them. Okay, so they need the U.S. reluctantly. That's what I call a happy marriage. One needs the other, right? When both sides are equally powerful, they become enemies. Like it's weird. It's like you need the right amount of dependency, right? And then let's say the moment the U.S. falters on their defense promise to Japan, they can't. They don't deliver. Example, like they abandon, was it Ukraine or whatever that's under fire? They abandoned them. It shows the world like, hey, the U.S. is actually not a reliable partner, really, right? And where's the yeah, memories in space spell, and oh, it's so unnecessary. It's funny how this thing takes up all my cognition, but playing the game does not. Anyway, so what was I talking about anyway? So, like, when you look at the way alliances are made in geopolitics, it's fascinating. Basically, people are only friends as long as there's only two factors, right? The threat and the bribe. I feel those are the only two things that play here. Like, if you are dangerous to the other, if you have a negative value to the other person, like you can threaten them, you can endanger their safety, or on the other side, you can bribe them, you can offer them something good in exchange for something, right? Like, these two mechanics influence behaviors and alliances, I feel. Those two. And that's it. And to model any kind of human behavior, nothing is exempt from this. The exemption is integrity. To adhere to principles at the cost of your own personal, cost. Like, you would sacrifice your own children as a mother because you believe protecting your husband is the ultimate good. Which you may not believe that, right? But I mean, as an example, that's how you would counter. But without absent the integrity, it's just basically go by your instincts. At which you follow this, you are exactly the same as geopolitics, like just overall, everything. Weird. I don't know. It's a weird thing to say, but I think that's for sure. That's what's at play here. I'm pretty sure about this. I'm never 100% sure, but I mean, I'm pretty sure. Ouch. Yo, this guy's pretty rough, eh? That guy's rough. The fucking swinging sickle, dude? I should have been more aggressive. Wait. Do you still get the bonus if you... Am I supposed to, swap the weapon around? No, right? Wait, where's the... Yeah, it's definitely... This is the correct way. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So, let's look at another example recently that's important. Why are rice prices so high in Japan? I've had a friend come over and say, it's a JA, they're fucking corrupt and old. And I think he's right. Not that they're corrupt, but they're kind of outdated or something. Maybe that's why, I don't know. I'm not that familiar with how it works deep down inside, but overall the dynamic is like this. In order to protect the rural farmers during Japan's rapid growth after World War II, a co-op is needed, like an OPEC for farming. Like, they control price and that to protect the producers, the farmers. And the farmers are very old now. They don't want to innovate. They don't want to go along with capitalism. And so to protect the rurals, the communities, and to protect the farmers, some might see it as just an excuse for, they can just stay lazy and not, work hard, which is a valid argument, I think. Yo, dude, this guy's impossible to dodge. That's one down. That's two down. Okay. Um, shit. So I think the conclu is you know what I think it is. There's this weird lag if I use Bluetooth for whatever reason, and I think cabled controller is going to be better. I feel like there's a latency. I can't stand it. It's like, yeah, yeah. There's latency with the controllers when it's like on wireless. Why is that though? It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Maybe it's gotta make the Bluetooth receiver a little bit better, closer. Whatever. So regarding the JA, why rice prices are so high is because you know what? Overall, I still couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I think it's a combination of just like the comparison would be against Korea and Taiwan. Korea is the best one because the two farming co-op systems evolved at the same time, and originally they were the same, but Korea has been a lot more successful in transitioning to more of a tech-based, whatever the hell that means. They're using more. Basically, I guess it's like this: the Japanese system is like a welfare system for farmers, so they don't have to work so hard to get paid. So like, if you contrast that to, let's say, working outside of farming, there's definitely a work your ass off or you ain't getting paid feeling. Like look at the capitalism, the whole like what they call the Great Resignation or phenomena where people, or like the Chinese saying of like just lie down, don't do anything. It's fascinating because basically it means that the opportunities you get out there right now in a job market, they ain't so hot anymore, right? I mean, if you're gonna be top tier, of course you're gonna get paid no matter what society. If you're like one of those rare like, well shit, your abilities are so unique, no one can replicate you, then you're gonna be always in demand, right? If that thing translates into like economic value of some sort. But if you're just a regular Joe, yeah, your life's gonna be rough, man. I mean, so, and in that kind of society, I think like people who have exceptional abilities, they're able to just win overall, for lack of a better word. They just win, and they win more, I think. So, where am I going with this? So basically, the JA is going to ensure that the farmers in rural areas don't suffer this kind of competition, right? Which is why rice is so expensive, fruits are so expensive. Man, it's because the farmers are protected, and from what? From basically they don't have to compete with each other. They don't have to work their asses off to make just a small living. They can work comfortably, I guess you would say, with happiness and smiles, and they're gonna get paid. They're gonna live a good life. No matter, they're gonna have their insurance needs covered. They're gonna have their equipment needs. They'll have everything covered for them, and they just have to do some good work, honest work with their farming, and they're covered. Now, contrast that to a capitalist economy, where like it's all in the name of efficiency, right? No one gives a shit about your welfare. You have to earn your welfare. No one's holding your hand. And in that environment, I think you'll have cheaper prices. You'll have competitive prices. You'll have Amazon prices on, like, let's say, your apples and fruits. So you can't, I guess the takeaway here is you can't celebrate when you see a happy JA farmer and their happy family. You can't be liking that and wanting to protect that at the same time whining about prices of agricultural goods. You can't. It doesn't compute. Either you want them to live a cruel and miserable life and you enjoy like 100 yen apples, or you pay for 500 yen per apple and you get to see their happy faces on the fucking pictures, okay? So the question is, do you care about the farmer who makes your food? Yes or no? Do you want them to live a decent life? Yes or no? And if you say no, I don't give a shit how they live, just fucking make my fucking like agricultural goods and just I don't give a shit about you, then the JA should be abolished. They should be, they should just let the farmers go at it. Dog eat dog, jungle world for these people. You're old and can't work, no one gives a shit, But you may have other problems like, well, if they suffer, they die, whatever. I don't know. Like, no one's gonna, I don't know about that situation. But you can't have both. So, which I think complements the theory that when people are clamoring for better prices and like lower prices, and, you go to Daiso and you have a good time, there is slavery on the other end somewhere. You just don't see it. It's externalized. Okay, when you pay higher prices, it's more balanced. Okay, so you can't have as many forks, spoons, little notebooks for your kids. You can't have as much, but you're also at the same time ensuring by paying a quote unquote rip off price, you are ensuring that those people who made it for you are living at least a decent life. You can't have it both ways. It is kind of a zero sum game in this sense. So, whether or not, I guess the only thing is, again, hypocrisy. Like, basically, you're not aware of the situation. So you say, well, I do care about the happy farmers and stuff, but I want my rice to be 1,000 yen. Ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Someone's losing here. Either you're losing or they're losing. So the JA exists to basically protect the interests of the farmer. That's how I see it. And to not expose them to the harsh capitalist rules. Now, one might say that's kind of unfair because people who don't work in farming don't have that kind of same level of protection, which is true. And so the thing is, they're making food for Japan. I mean, and then you can say, well, Japan want to just import their foods, which is also a valid argument as well. They should. Like we could have mangoes every day for like 200 yen if they just import from the Philippines and Taiwan. But then my wife's father would be very unhappy, I think. Or I guess my wife's brother would be very unhappy. He took over the mango business, right? They enjoy, but I tell you what, as I believe they're getting subsidized, but they're not living a lavish life. I have a bigger house and better house. So, but that's the case of like they just work hard at their job. They don't have to worry. So they can live a comfortable life and they don't have to worry. However, I have to worry. Like, I have to reinvent myself every fucking like time tech things change. Like AI comes in, I gotta reinvent myself. Now I'm glad to go along. I'm of that kind of personality. I don't want the comfortable life where you just sit on your ass and do everything all day and then get paid for that. I think that's boring. That's really boring. My dad did that. I think that's fucking hilariously boring. I guess they're happy doing that because of the recency bias of the experience, maybe what it's like to live in absolute degenerate poverty, and maybe their parents experienced war. They heard horror stories about war, and what am I doing here? Rodon is next. Yeah, okay. I think. So when they experience war and they'll be happy with just, a comfortable job. But then you see comfortable jobs, and now I'm only going to be happy with, well, shit, do I have enough for next level? What's the next level? No, not even close. Okay. I tell you what, I mean, like, it's easy for me because I've been blessed with a good education, some talents, that I don't mind this dog-eat-dog capitalist system. I think it's deserved. I think it's fair. If you know how to play the game, it doesn't mean to be absolutely clever with any kind of science. If you're good at business, if you're good at this, look at my wife. She made a lot of money, but not because she can do something for she can't program, she can't make a jack shit. But what she's really good at is seducing a man, and that's a legitimate skill because if that man is then enabled to to output twice the work, the woman has outputted that. She's like a magnifier. She can be a magnifier, and like that's very cynical. And you're like, well, so let's look the other way. She's not like that. She was raised to be independent, like an American, and wants to compete with everyone else for the education and a job in the tech world. There's only so many apps and programmers needed in the tech world. It's full after a certain while. At that point, let's say you become someone's, I'll use a more nicer term, harlot. Okay? Is that so bad? Is that so bad? Is it bad? So you're saying, am I saying I want my daughter to be like that? Why not? I would actually argue that in this crowded, everyone's going to Harvard world, you got to always play the underplayed thing. who in their right fucking mind in this day and age would raise their daughters to be like seducers? But I mean, like, they are, right? You can just own that shit, like with Instagram modeling, do modeling and shit, and like look at the girls that someone like Anthony Edwards has screwed over, not screwed over, has had sex with, had children with, and not married at all. No one's unhappy about this deal. But look at the models he's alleged to have a relationship with. They're hot. They're really hot. And I think like there's nothing wrong with this because the girl wants it, he wants it, children are produced, America's happy, everyone's happy. There's no need to get like all like angry over this. It's fine, I think. And I think that might be a more, I don't know, common system going forward. Which means you don't need marriage anymore, right? Because as long as a man is of extremely high economic value, the woman's basically, I don't know. I don't like the idea of insurance. I like the ups and downs. And before you say, well, you've never been through, I've been through some downs. I mean, I've been through some downs. Not Evan prison in Iran down, but I mean like, not poverty down, but like, it feels like because of my abrasive personality, no one gives a shit about me down. And like anxiety attack, panic disorders, they'll call it first world problems and shit, right? South Park will joke about it saying, oh, people get like so delicate about their mental health and shit. I think anxiety disorder is from that, right? Because you know who will never suffer from anxiety disorder? My wife's brother, because they just have to like do their shit every day and they'll be paid comfortably, right? How do you get anxiety from that? You're protected by the JA. You're shielded from innovations from the JA. You can't lose. You won't win big, but you can't lose. And how would you develop anxiety? But if you're in a market where your opponents are gunning for you all the time, there's opponents from China, Korea, all over the world. You're being invaded all the time. People are shitting on your product all the time. Like, if you are in that kind of society, yeah, I can imagine you need some kind of like fucking pills for that sometimes because your existence is constantly under threat from other enemies. And it's natural to feel anxiety from this situation. Absolutely natural. Like, look at Ellie Goulding, right? I researched her up. I looked her up on Wikipedia, just seeing like what's going on with her life. Ed Sheeran sings "Don't," like "Don't fuck with my life" or whatever. People allege it's her. Allege. Okay, no one's ever proven it. She gets anxiety over that, obviously, because she gets labeled as a whore. Then later on, what was it? She divorced or separated with from her partner, from which they had a kid. Now they have all these theories about why and this and that. Once again, a whore. Like, it's fascinating because. And then she says she struggles with panic attacks, anxiety. These are like, of course, like, so much of who you are and what you're worth is conditional on things being true. Did I not duck that? So like, if those, the more conditions, I'll put it this way, the more things in life for which you have to have it a certain way, but you have very limited control over what that is. The more of those things are present in your life, the more likely you have anxiety. I think it's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. If you live a life where really no matter what you do, as long as you do like one thing, like okay, like if you just do one thing okay, and you'll never be harmed, and you'll never be like under existential threat, then how will you ever do that? What are you anxious about? Like, well, I guess you'd be anxious about the protecting agency dying out, right? So, the fuck? Did I broke it? Annoying as fuck. Makes sense to me. I mean, it's funny, like, I'll put it this way. My wife's brother, who grows mangoes, if people are whining about the rice prices, I don't think many Japanese people want to say, like, this dismantle JA. But let's say JA goes into reforms and, like, I don't know, makes it tougher on farmers. I don't know what the hell that would be like. But, like, the JA is basically price controls over agricultural goods. I think that's what it is. It's nothing more than that. Just price control, protect the farmer. Fuck you. Do I do this about every time? Thank God I don't have to do that. Point up, point up, point up, point up, point up, point up. Yeah, there you go. So. Hey, fuck you. Get out your fucking sword. Yo, fuck this shit. It's taking so long, man. Wait, I don't have to. Do I have to just. Oh, I know. I should just. I got it. You run to the first post, then mount to the second one. I forget. Okay. Anyway, well, I'm to my fucking souls. Whatever, doesn't matter. Move. Is there a way to avoid this shit? Like, I'll get out your sword! Get out your sword! Finally. Now it's easy mode. Oh, did he modify his AI a little bit? This seems more dangerous now. Like that move. Yo. Did he do it before? Sky? Sky. Yeah. Just don't be there when he lands. That's it. Okay. That was kind of close. I think that was kind of close, huh? Like a little car. There we go. Wait. It's big and small? Okay. Like, is that move... Was it there before? This guy got harder or something. Yeah, I mean, this guy's like... I feel like the AI was easier before... Like, this move. Oh, shit. Okay. Goodbye, Radon. What? Not dead? He's dead. How anticlimactic. He's not dead? That was kind of a close call. It's funny how it always it always ends up being like some kind of like close call. All right. Where's the stupid fucking thing? So that's JA. I get it now. When I complain about mango prices, apple prices, what you're saying is, fuck the farmers. I don't give a shit if they live in poverty. Give me my good prices. That's what it is. I can't see any other way. I don't care if the farmers suffer and have to live like scrape by. I want my good food. So there you go. No, as in Japan, the way to get around it is just don't eat rice. Like I haven't eaten rice for like half a year almost. Well, with some exceptions, but like I believe also like Yoshinoya and those they can actually get like low prices on rice. Like basically, it's not everyone has to pay the high prices. Like Yoshinoya and some of those like those restaurants that depend their business depends on like having low rice costs. They're protected too from like the silliness, I guess. Yeesh. So although I'm not sure if I could say I know what is the source of well, I would say to solve anxiety disorder, it's just the simple thing is just to not attach your happiness to an outcome that you cannot control. That's probably the basic. That's it. And then when you have kids and you want success for your kids, there's no way you can't be anxious, right? They can get killed in a car accident. They can develop fatal diseases. They can, you know, if you're detached from your children, you say, well, they're my kids, yes, but I'll just let them be what they want to be. And if they get sick, I mean, it's hard to do that because they're cute. They're supposed to like tug at your heartstrings. Otherwise, you would just be lazy, I guess, when they're sick. And so they incite you into action and all that. But it could be a twisted way to look at it. But just again, it's like this is why all the monks, the Tibetan monks and all they kind of all figured it out kind of a long time ago. Just detach yourself, and you won't be like ecstatic happy. Pretty sure you'll be like free from a lot of anxieties. Like, yeah, be free from anxiety. Just life would be kind of boring. There's a trade-off there, like as in flat, like pretty damn flat, Not necessarily, but probably, I would say. How did that miss? I think like also the Jung, Freud, whether it's just I mean, they often come up in the AI knows I like them, obviously. So their models come up a lot. I think they're really good. Sometimes can't. Some of the more modern shit, but sometimes I don't know. Like these philosophers, Jung and Freud in particular, are really something. I think. Like the repressed thing, I love it. The shadow. If you just do not repress but redirect your shadow is huge, huge, huge. I mean, people do that anyway. I think instinctively, it's just being aware of it's even better because then you know what's going on, and you're not embarrassed about it or something. I don't know. There's an element of like not being embarrassed by it, like recognizing that's what you really want, as unacceptable as it may seem, and as long as you conform to the law, as in you're not doing against the law things, expressing your shadow in weird ways is fine. Like it's just whatever, right? Who cares as long as you're following the law? It can be as depraved or as honorable or as whatever it is. The weird thing, the aberrant behavior, I believe, is to repress it, deny it, in the name of conformity. Admit to yourself, like I admit to myself, okay, yeah, I want to have more girls paying. I want women attention. I want more sex from random women. I just admit it, right? I mean, to just call it out loud and say I want that. How do I get it? Without you can't. So you can't even break the law here, right? Infidelity is only what legally speaking you get. It's a reason for divorce, a legal justification for fault divorce. That's it. And then you get, of course, your wife will be angry at you, but that's it. As far as the repercussions go, no one's dying here. Children might suffer, maybe, I don't know. It depends. They can suffer too if the parents stay together and there's no infidelity, but they fucking hate each other. That they can suffer too that way as well. So it's not like there's one golden rule for like what they suffer from or not. I feel it's all flexible. Just because you stay together and don't have infidelity doesn't mean they're going to be happy in any case. If there's conditions, I think, right? I think stability is really important, but like it's not just stability, right? It's a good stability. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure about this because I don't know much about really child rearing and stuff, right? Not really my thing. But I certainly lack experience in this department. But as a general theory, it's like I believe what the end conclusion was 90% predictability, 10% novelty is some kind of golden ratio. It seems about right. Um, like a great framework for this too is saying, okay, well, if I was rich or I had like more, I don't know, resources that women would want to sleep more with me, and that's true to some degree. But I was wondering why is my one stint in a psychotic ward so unattractive to people? It's like you have a bad smell, and I think the reason why is because that labels you as a an unpredictable element. Like now people don't know. Like okay, you say you're normal now, right? You say you're okay now, but how do we know you won't get psychotic again? And so it's like living with someone who has a bomb strapped to them. You know, like you never know when it's gonna pop up again, right? And that makes you. I would say that understanding that makes people uncomfortable because without, I do believe that as much as we want to shit on McDonald's, I think McDonald's gift is to provide comfort and consistency no matter where you are in the world. If you stop by McDonald's, you will get very similar French fries, a Big Mac, and whatever. You know, maybe not in India, but like, you know, you'll get a Big Mac consistently, and then that comfort is not nothing. That comfort and consistency is huge. It comes at great cost. Like you know, to neutralize inconsistency is very very hard. I think it's really really hard. And although it's weird to draw a parallel between McDonald's and marriage and women and how they like men, maybe men how they like women, both ways, is that when we have human relationships, consistency is absolutely king. That's to say that you being predictable on some fundamental level is very important, right? No one wants to date a Joker, no matter how rich or good looking he is, because he's so random and unpredictable. And unpredictability, as though, even though I often think, well, that's actually a good thing, you know, we want that in video games, but it's actually a small amount of variance amidst a sea of non-variance. So a consistent rule set, yes? And then some small degree, very small degree of variance, okay? So the consistent rule set, the consistency with a capital C should be in the Bible of, in capital letters, things that every human desires and wants, even in love, relationships, politics, games, music, everything. And like, the analogy was drawn towards YouTube videos. People say they want original content. Not true. Apparently the watch numbers suggest otherwise. People just want someone to stay in their fucking lane, do the same shit all the time, never get weird, always present them with the same look, like a uniform, okay? They want the uniform. They want to see that you're consistent, that you're not shaky every day. You're not one day hyperactive, the other day like drowning in misery. That shit, I guess you could, if that's your consistent thing, then maybe that's okay. But like, I guess because when you're inconsistent and you're like random, people have a hard time understanding you, and that drives a lot of fear. And fear is very unsexy for sure. Fear is like, when you're fearful of something, it's like, ugh, it's like, you know, it will just destroy everything, fear, you know, absolutely. I don't see any other way. Like, you could be like the richest guy on earth, but like if you're like afraid of your own safety, like if you make the other person afraid of their own safety, it's all for naught, really, you know, like, in other words, they will go for the smaller penis if that smaller penis means safety for them. Absolutely, I think this is absolutely true. Inconsistency is the death sentence for romance, for desirability. I would say maybe being inconsistent. I think that's yeah, for sure. I think for sure. Um, Not comments or I need the one. I need the other tier as well, right? Um, Almost there. Okay. Proceeding on. That's common Azure. You common Azure. You need the infinite MP and need. I think you need Golden Vow as well, and then you can instant nuke that boss in one blow, which is always fun to do. Then when you get to the capital, you can get the bestel staff in the game, right? Move that ass. So I wish this was taught earlier. Honestly, this kind of like. And another cool thing was also I was always puzzled by the marketing geography. There's actually it's verified to be true that people have an affinity towards convenience at a non-linear relationship opposed to utility. So utility being like how useful, how good something is to you, like the usefulness of something, and then the friction though to get it though. So there's massive outsized payments for something that is just massively more convenient and versus the utility of it. So things that eliminate the paralysis of choice, that make you stop and think too hard about it, that make you wonder about the fear of getting ripped off, all these things, when you invest in those things, are better than a slicker UI. They're better than, you know what I mean? Like, a great example is the airports. Okay, when you look at the best airports in the world, Toronto Pearson ranked the second worst in North America. And that's surprising because I thought, well, Toronto Pearson to me looks like a nicer airport than, let's say, Haneda or Narita. No kidding. It looks like it, though, to me. Just looks like it. It looks more like fancy. But then you see a photo of it, and nowadays it's so damn crowded. You see a crowd of people jamming through the lines, and then there's an inconsistency where, like, depending on the time of day, you could be waiting 30 minutes or 3 hours on your transfer. So plan ahead. You could be stuck for 3 hours in the airport. And that drives the rankings of Pearson International. Like, the people, with how they rank it, okay? They hate the fucking airport. It's a shitty airport. It's a shithole. So wait, you're saying all that glass, that architecture, that white light, it's for naught? It is. And apparently the theory backs it up, saying that humans are just at an airport. Number one thing, I don't want to wait in fucking lines, okay? Don't make me wait. Don't get me hassled by security. I don't get hassled by security. I don't want that random check landing on me saying, "Oh, we got to take you to the corner, get you strip searched." Like, that shit will drive your ranking down, like, massively, right? It makes sense, but, like, when you design an airport, is that what comes first? Like, you think, oh no, I want the nice windows and, like, the cool, like, atriums and stuff. But, like, that's actually pretty far down the list. What really, like, things like cleanliness, like, the elimination of a negative. That's what it is. The elimination of negatives carry far more weight than the inclusion of positives. So, in other words, waiting, dirty, noisy, whatever, smelly. These things eliminated are far better than nicer windows, nicer arches, arch designs, like gold tiles. Like, those things are inclusion of positives, and they weigh far less. Like, I guess you could say, as a general principle, eliminate the negatives first, then go for the positives. Or like, eliminate the stress points. People just don't want to be stressed, and it goes for money too. When you have money, do you focus that money on eliminating stresses in your life, or do you want to get positives in your life that include stress? This is a very fine point. Like people always fall for trouble. I want to buy a nice, expensive car. Yeah, but you know how stressful it is to park it somewhere. No one likes to see come back their Tesla or whatever and see the fucking dent in their car. It's like it's heartbreaking. But if you have a shit piece of not shit, but you have a normal car and it gets dented, you're like, that's convenience. It's offloading weight off your mind. So why would you pay all that money to get a more weight? It's because you want the good car. So you have to offset that shit. But like if you could like use money to make your life more convenient, I would say in that theory it always makes sense to do that, right? It's always a good investment to make your life more convenient with money that you earn, to make your life more your own, to eliminate the negatives in life. Money is so fantastic at this. To get positives in your life, not so much. Not so much. Like it's okay, but yeah, the worst is like you get a positive, but that you get a positive, but that positive comes with a bag of negatives, and so either you're not really gaining all that much, or worse yet, the negatives are outweighing the positives over time. Like as in you take a big loan for a nice house, like it's stupid, right? Like. I guess it's how the general model for everything is. When you're doing something, am I just trying to gain an arbitrary positive, or am I eliminating a negative? Like it's pretty important. I think that distinction, like really really important actually, and so yeah. So like in my case, if I'm a negative to my wife, like as in I'm sick. I cause her stress. I'm unpredictable. She feels in danger all the time. Then doesn't matter how sexy I am, how big my dick is, how good I am in bed, how much money I have, how if my house has gold tiles or silver tiles or just they don't matter anymore. They're all rendered moot because you have a bad negative that outweighs all those positives. And so the number one thing to work on in this case would be just to eliminate all the negatives. All of them, and be so consistent and so dependable that the complete lack of negatives is the positive in a way, right? Like it's kind of how I see it anyway. Like I mean, it's the thing I realize, like doing that is really hard to eliminate all your negatives is a very, very hard task, I feel. This guy takes a lot of hits. What the fuck? Does he ever, like... Why does he take so many hits? Anyway. It makes sense to me. And so in product design... Yeah. That's what transparency is, isn't it? When you're like designing something that's it's so transparently good. It just means that it has a almost endearing lack of negatives, and it's just like just it never crashes. For example, never crashing, more important than better fonts. Absolutely, never crashing is like. Oh man, it's like that it's dependable now, right? Like I never thought of it that way, but like it is, right? I think it was number was 5-1. So the elimination of one negative is worth the inclusion of 5 positives. That was the takeaway I got. So like Brrrr. What's this again? Oh, you gotta keep moving, right? Yeah. I hit him in the head, huh? That's why. I got him there. You see it, buddy. What do I get for this again? One level, maybe? Oh. Smithing Stone 6. Alright, next level? Yeah, maybe. For sure. Probably worth doing this stuff. Yeah. Whee! And where is it? Here. And like, I think it's bad that men are stuck with like asking their like menopaused wives to have sex with them again. Like, just pay a hooker. Jesus, like, it's better that way. I think, I'm serious. It's like, and if the wife can't supply the sex, they shouldn't be upset that they get sex elsewhere. It's like, it's weird. I remember encountering a woman, a a lady who was married, and yeah, I had a bit of a thing with her, but it didn't go far because she stopped. She was like, "I'm married, I can't do this." So like, and then the funny thing is that she was really like, what was her thing? She was like really yeah, she was upset that her husband would watch porn. Like, she discovered her husband's porn. She's mad at that. But why? Like, they'll go wandering around if they can't do that. I don't know. It'll be more violent. Why would you be upset? I mean, I understand, I guess, but it's like weird, you know? Wait. Like, there's this there's interesting phenomena where like some men are really turned on by the idea of another man basically doing indecent stuff with their wives. Like, I had that fantasy too. I love that kind of like adult video, and I don't know why that is. And I constantly have that kind of fantasy about my wife. Like, she's sleeping with another guy. I'm like encouraging that shit. Like, do it. It just gets me so fired up. I don't know why that is. It's weird. Um, there's a name for this though. It goes back to like antiquity. Like, even like Romans and Greeks were onto this already. So it's not an aberrant behavior. It's just, well, probably uncommon. It's the best word for it, probably. Um, but yeah, like the whole like possess each other and lock each other in a death grip until you die, and then complain all the way is stupid. Okay, you signed up for getting. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like an insurance plan. I don't know. I don't know. At least it feels that way to me. Like, it's an insurance plan of sorts. I just think it's weird. He gets mad when he comes back, eh? Oh wait, shit! I missed my opportunity there. That was a good opportunity. I think 3 shots is safe. Two shots safe. Nah, two shots safe. It's gonna come rushing in soon, right? No? What's that? Oh man, I missed an opportunity again. It's baiting me. Smart. I think they have a bait and overcommit trap built in. Like they do something stupid to bait you in, making you think, oh fuck, I missed my opportunity, and then you go charging it, and then they rush at you. This is my suspicion, though. This is I think his program though to never attack you until he gets to his home base. It's extremely exploitable that way. Okay, that was not right. Oh wait, he fell down. Okay, that's it. That's it for him. Two more. Done. Enough for a level? Almost. You need 5k? Yeah. Perfect. Did I get it? I got it. Okay, so now with all those things together, you can, I believe it's possible to insta-nuke the tree boss here. This one. Oh no, I need golden. I think you need golden bow. Golden bow. You need golden bow, which I'll get right now. Golden vow. That's an annoying piece of thing. I think it's around here. Wait. I think it's this rock. Yeah, this one. Number 1. Start here. Well. Yeah. What, tunnel? No. I probably forgot one of the, Shit, did I forget the whole... You know what? Fuck Golden Bow. It's just too much trouble. Wait, don't fuck Golden... I need Golden Bow. The tunnel is the only... Huh? Did I miss something important here? Fuck me. Seriously? Wait. Oh, is this the way? No, this is the right way. This is the right. This is the right way. This is the right. Fuck you. Come on, man. Ah, yeah. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Boom. That's not what I want. I will never let you go. Oh. And let's say the disdain that people have for risk, uncertainty, you know, the same thing that says, I'm scared if my husband will hit me or not, or go crazy or not. Well, that's how I feel too about stocks, right? That's when I first began. It's like, oh shit, it dropped 20, but why? And you can't figure it out. And that's scary. And yet those are the ones that make you the shit tons of money. Because people don't have an app, don't want to face uncertainty head on. One might say it's cowardice. It is. It's justified though. I mean, I think it's pretty much, I understand, but like, if you have no appetite for uncertainty, I think one should not expect outsized rewards either. They go hand in hand. People who eat uncertainty for breakfast are usually going to be rich if They're not doing something like gambling, you know? Like they're doing like they're putting that courage into more, how do I put this? Measured risks. You take a measured risk, you have the appetite for that uncertainty and the courage to say, well, even though it goes down or it goes up or whatever, you don't get phased. You have a long term conviction. I think you can always win. You can always win. The reason why in that situation there's a loser and a winner is because most people, including myself at the beginning, would get shaken up as crazy shaken up if things vibrate by 5-10%. It's like, oh no, the end of the world. Like, I lost like, $1,000. Like, the way to get around that is to not be phased by it and just say, well, it will come back if my thesis is true. And if you can't do that, then, well, yeah, then that's where golden bow. There we go. Okay. Now it's like this, right? You would put this and then this. Where's golden bow? Yes. Yes, very nice. Okay. Okie dokie. Now I'll set up to nuke down that boss in one volley. So the biggest difference is just that, I got Nvidia at 185, went to 190, now about 150, now 180. It's at minus like $1,000 USD. So it's like Nvidia is in an unbelievable position right now. And actually, I should eat my own. I was too chicken shit to buy more at 180 because the idea is the recency bias that, oh shit, I saw it at 185 and now it's 180. Is it going to go down more? The funny thing is when I wanted to buy Nvidia, I would have been really happy entering at 180. So that's screwed up even on my side. Like the recency bias is insane. I have to overcome it. So like next time it's just, map it out, get the right position, know what's a good value to get it at, stick to your thesis, and watch it unfold. I know I made a pretty good chunk on SK Hynix. I think it was 20% in less than 2 weeks. I don't know where you get 20% gains in 2 weeks. And it's not from currency. It's just Korean won. I don't think it's changed much against Japanese yen. It's just 20% flat out, just more value in the stock right now. Oh, fuck me. I forgot the stupid fucking spell. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'll challenge the boss just straight up. I fight him straight up, dude. And then if I don't get it, I'll go back and try it another way. But it's funny to kill this guy in one volley. But you know what? I fight you honorably, bitch. Let's go. Didn't think so. One wrong pot and you are finito. Absolutely finito. I forgot to memorize the spell. This one. Azure. And, physique. Oh, do I need the other one too? Fuck. Fuck me. What a pain in the ass, man. It's over here. It's too far. God damn. Okay, you know what though? It's worth it. Always worth it to get it. Okay. You just port over the bridge? Oh no. Oh no. You can do the jump over here. Nah, that's so long. No matter what, it's like, yeah, I think the path was like going straight and then curve up to go here. Yuppers. That's the path. Northeast gate. And then come back for this dude. It's got to collect all these items and shit. gotta get it because Mog requires it. So okay. After killing these boss, no, actually after getting the after killing that boss, I'll have to stop for now because break time will be over. Oh. Right, so 5 to 1. I should remember that. 5 to 1. 5 positives equals elimination of 1 negative. Crazy, huh? Some cosmic rule here. And it's probably the in-app purchases when they're framed as an elimination of a negative are really compelling. Like YouTube removing the ads. That's really compelling, you know. I guess it's simple. The negative is already understood. Positive and negative are the same. You can always say, well, the elimination of ads is the positive itself. No, but I guess what it is that because you're talking about elimination of a negative, it's something that's already experienced by the user, and the removal of it is a positive. But what the sort of positive becomes an absolutely certain thing. Like when you say eliminating the ads, there's no risk in this when you pay for it. You know exactly what's going to do. You know, you can even visualize, well, it's just YouTube without the ads. Even the dumbest person can imagine what that is. But you sell them a feature like, you know, Pro with X. They don't know what that is. Like they don't know what they're getting for that. And like the not knowing what you might get for it is probably what people don't really they balk. They don't want to commit to that. It's definitely a lot more compelling when you're like, you know. So, it's fascinating, this kind of stuff, I feel. Will you stop making me mad, please? Fuck. Ugh. Never mind. I forgot. I gotta swap out the Commodore Zero. Oh, do I? Do I? Let's try. I'm gonna try. Well, no. Yeah, actually, well, yes. Where's Judge? Get forced to dismount here, right? That guy, some kind of bike dude. I forget. Where's the church? Dude, where's the church? Take one wrong turn is what happens. Oh wait, it's up there. I see it. One wrong turn. Motherfucker. Up there it is. Yep. Up we go. And touch the... What is it called again? Vike. Well, Vike, don't touch me, okay? I need to touch something else first. Then I'll deal with you. Chill, Winston. I will kill you, though. Can I comment as this guy to death? Maiden, please. Fill it. It's pretty hard. You gotta set up perfectly, right? You gotta like do the to drink the pot. And when you see the thing come out, the X come out. There it is. I'll do it right now. Pop out. A. Takes too long. Fuck. Whoopsies. Get too close, eh? That was stupid. Oopsies. Ah. So, it must be dual, yes? Ah. Ooh. Oh, you cheat? Motherfucker, I got a wrong spell. I need a better spell. The spell swapping is annoying AF, man. Why? But it is kind of cheesy, isn't it, to have it all already at your hands, at your fingertips. But yeah, makes sense though. In PvP, makes sense. Very easy. It's stabby first. Okay. Now we see. Like, I'll have fun with you. Come here. Get over here. Get ass over here. Huh? Oh! Huh? Did he just dodge that? And see ya. Where's the tree? 2. Number 2 is where's number 2? Here it is. 3. Huh? Oh, it's further down. Is that good? Too late now. Love again. Shit. Why'd I fall down for? That was so dumb. Jesus, he swears a lot, doesn't he? Alright. Oopsies. Breaks the pots. Ouchies, huh? Yeah. Oh, come on. Ooh, you mad, bro? You mad, aren't ya, bro? Come. Oh! Oh! It fires that late? No way. Oh, wait. Can this guy be nuked down with Comet Azure? Surely he can, right? Yeah, no way he can't, because if that other boss will die, why wouldn't this guy die? Wait, hold on. Where is the guy anyway? Whoa, where is Comet? Fuck. This spell swap is so annoying. Fuck it, too late to find out. I think he could. Just... It's a big hit, yo. Whoa! Now you are finito. What? What? That still fires after the death? Come on, man. Whee. Okay, there we go. Okay, now... Finally. Okay, don't forget to swap back the spell. Physique will combine magic. There it is. Same old trick. Nothing has changed. And proceed to eliminate... Wait. Yeah, boss. The one shot is coming. I believe he even gives hints to you. Like, as you approach him slowly, he turns and pays attention. And that is the exact range you can use Common Desert to kill him. Is there a reliable way to avoid these giant arrows? I do not know. Anyway. Like, the game knows that you're obscuring their line of sight, right? And use trees as cover, right? Surely. Ooh. Swapped Comet Azur. Wait. Okay. Then firing me, right? It's a procedural process. Lock on. Buff. Wait. Fuck me. Why you do that? How do I even use my Art of War? Oh, wrong. Is this how it is? Yeah. No, Art of War. There we go. Okay, that's it. Makes sense. Okay, do this. Drink pot. Powered up. Common Azure. Make sure when he turns his head. Fire. That was stupid. Even I fucked that. Oh my god, that is so dumb. I deserve to die. Just kill me. Like, a lot of swapping, eh? That's why I don't like Golden Val. I use Golden Val with the swap. Jesus. Fucked up there. It's quite procedural. So you have to swap the... Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Swap to Golden Vow. Art of War. Replace weapon. Drink pot. Turn head. Fire. There you go. That's it. There she goes. It's deliberately programmed to finish off, I feel. There's no way it's not deliberately programmed to do that. It's like so deliberate. Yes. Oof. Oh. Damn, only a little bit off? Well, let's get whatever. Okay, that's it for now.